So we'll start off with our Gunsmoke here. The first team that I am going to be using is one of the supports that Yoohee can do. If she doesn't have a physical team right now, she could actually be used as a support for freeze, even at V1. So if you get her at more than V1, it's okay because there are heals. But V1 is gonna help her with the freeze team, and I'm actually going to be dropping. I'm not gonna be using Dush for this team, so let's try this out. I actually was able to try this yesterday, and damage looks good. Looks good. Hey, good evening. Good evening, Nightcrawler. What is up, bro? Yeah, Maki. I actually saw a Yoohee V6 in the team, so I'm gonna be using her later for the full what do you call this? The full physical team. Right now for the freeze team, freeze. It's gonna be a mix of freeze and corrosion for this run, the first run. So this is for interception. Okay, we do need Suomi. We don't have any, decent buffs for freeze. So this is, I think, the best one. Where's Suomi? Where are you? Oh, there you are. Then support. Well, let's use Klukai and Peritia. Peritia. You can always borrow, bro. Because again, as I've said, you could borrow a V6 Yoohee. I think we're the same team, right? You could borrow a V6 Yoohee here from Lunar. So I actually tried this yesterday, and V6 Yoohee actually deals a lot of damage. Well, we're gonna be showing that in a while. So, this is the first team, and let's see how it does. This one is mostly gonna be... Okay, let's do this on manual because with you here. Okay, let's do... I'm not gonna be doing this on manual. Let's do this on auto. 1, 2. Sorry. 1, 2. No. 1, 2. I think that's it. Okay, let's check this out. Juna, the sign of hope. I'm the only person in my clan that pulls for dupes plus weapons. You can always transfer to my platoon, bro, if you want more help. Welcome, Juna. Hello, Aiko. What's up, bro? So this is a mix of, for those who are just, just came in, this is a mix of Yoohee as support, plus you have Suomi here. So this Yoohee is V3. This is my Yoohee. We have Maki here, and we do have 2 corrosion characters here. You have Yoohee already? Nice. Yep, no medium penetration today. Yesterday was a big help. Really, really big help. Hello. Who is this? Oi, the boy. Yoohee, I noticed Yoohee, you can really you can actually auto her, especially if it's a boss, because the only thing there that she's gonna have to choose is gonna be on her passive, the 2 skills. But if you're not privy on either shelter or HP, then you can actually auto her here. Especially you have Sumi here. You don't really need the HP from her. What you need from her is gonna be, if you don't have Klukai in this lineup, what you need from her is going to be the defense down 2, which she gets in her V3. And what else? She also gives buffs. Attack up, I think, for everyone. So for our physical team later, that's more of a manual thing. I'm gonna be manualing that. Since I do have QJ in that lineup, I don't want to break the all physical damage in terms of the buffs. So we need to manual that later. Fire team is gonna be... It's gonna be an all fire team in a while. Does Yoohee do any debuff cleansing on party? If I can recall, yes. It's specific to... I think it's specific to... Is it specific to a specific debuff? We can check it out later. This team is just, you know, auto. Not really. It is a no-brainer because it is a mishmash team. Because of the buffs. Probably could reach around 4,000 for this lineup. If you don't have... Okay, if you don't have Dash, you can actually replace Dash with Yoohee in a freeze team. Because if you're gonna be using a free, or probably add her as the 5th one, if because again, the freeze team right now doesn't have a defense down, which Yoohee has for V3. But even at V1, you can still use her with the freeze team because of the buffs that she's giving the freeze team. My god, I've seen her damaged V6. It's crazy. Hello, Aslanix. What's up, bro? We're just starting with Gunsmoke here. And I'm starting with a mix of freeze, corrosion, plus Yoohee as support. I do have a... We're gonna be seeing Yoohee at V6 later. Right now, this is Yoohee at V3. This is the one that I have. But there's a platoon member that has a V6 Yoohee that we'll be using later in the all physical team. Not really all. You have QJ there, but we'll have to manual that to ensure that she doesn't fire off her burn, you know, burn skills. Yep. Anonymous, hello. You can hit for 160k damage. I know. Insane damage. Insane damage. So even this team is gonna be reaching for... Well, you have Klukai here, so what do you expect? You have Klukai V6 here. We're gonna be doing the full physical team in a while. For the fire team, I don't think I'd be able to equip Klukai that team because I'll be using Not Klukai. Yes, Klukai, because I'll be getting QJ from a support. Yep, Wawa time. The metaphor for global is gonna be, if it doesn't follow the remaining, because right now we more or less know who's coming next. After that, I do hope they announce 3 again so that we can prepare. So next update is gonna be Chao Hui, and it's gonna be Klukai. So after that, I hope that they would tease 3 more dolls so that we could prepare for our future polls. And that would really help us big, honestly. If we do one at a time, it's gonna be hard to predict what comes after next. So I do have a couple of videos out by tomorrow. Set up to do them. I didn't have time today because I did some errands on a Monday, did some chores. So tomorrow I'll be at home more or less and be able to crank out those videos for Yoohee. It's really wise to spend for Springfield. Really, really wise. I'm actually just wasting my collapse pieces for Yoohee, and the next one would be Klukai because I wanted to bring my Klukai to V6. Okay, so the next one is going to be... Okay, we're gonna be using light penetration. This is going to be for the pure... I already made changes to my QJ, so I unequipped her, what do you call this? Her mod key. So let us use a Yoohee V6. So if you guys are a member of my platoon, take note that Lunar has shared with us a Yoohee V6. Just in case if you want to use this. Yoohee V6. This is crazy. So, who's missing? Okay. Missing is Vepley. So, I have Yoohee V6. I have Vepley V6. I have Dayan V4. I have QJ V5. And Peritia, I think, is at V2. If I'm not mistaken. So this is for light ammo, ignores 50% of defense target. Okay, let's try this out. Yeah, the Yoohee V Lunar is, I think, a whale. Physical team doesn't have a healer, does it? No full-time healer, but they have Yoohee is gonna be their healer for now. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna be manualing this, so... Is this Yoohee? Okay, Yoohee. Then we have Vepley. Then we have Dayan. Oh, I can swap in and out keys between runs, but this QJ can no longer be used. I have to equip another QJ from a support. She's better than Senya, definitely. Cheetah, kind of the same, I think. Okay, manual time. So the buff here is light ammo penetration. Let's start with her. Just make sure that we get covered. This is Yoohee V6, guys. Then she shoots. That is available in V3. After choosing a passive, that's available in V3. So you can use that. This is a... Is the QJ really without expanded key? Yes, this... She doesn't have mod key right now. You can use her in a physical team without her mod key. But you need to manual playing the physical team if she's in there. Who? Who's combat power? 2. QJ. 2 is the minimum. Sorry. Is it 2 or is it 3? V3. V3, right? I think it's V3. Oh, this Yoohee. She's at 13, I think. Probably not tuned well. So after one round, she does have 4. She does have 4. 4 never give up. So she gets that at V3. What common key does QJ have? One common key that I'm using is giving her more damage if it's an out of turn what do you call this? Shot. Yep, attack boost, attack, and crit. Because HP doesn't help her. So it's gonna be attack, attack boost, attack flat, attack. Then you go with crit rate and crit damage. I forgot, bro. Let's check that out later. What I equipped. I actually forgot. Let me just recall. I don't think I could recall. I'd have to see what, you know, what I have on her. Also, you need to manual this or else people will be shooting at that tail. So 265. That is 265 in Nord defense. My god. That is crazy. Probably could. Actually, didn't know that, but I'd probably waste some of my lower damage on that tail. Or I'm gonna have to move Vepley for that AoE. Yep. Only Vepley has AoE, so I'm gonna have to reposition her. Okay. Is the Yoohee buff support attack from QJ, or is it just it's actually only for active attack? Her support doesn't have ignore the ignore defense buff. So that is the only drawback, I think. But again, you still bring Yoohee because of, you know, the DPS that she brings, even if without ignore, you know, ignore defense. Hey, Pikachu. Do some heals here again. Wow. Another one? Heals. Okay, let's transfer to shelter. Okay. Oh my god. It's not active, but let's finish this off. The tail. Okay. Yep, Yoohee has a 60k hit. But this is V6. Take note, guys, that this is V6. This is not the V3 that I have. I just borrowed this from a platoon member. So if you're a member of the platoon, you can actually borrow that. Same, same Yoohee that he has. Oh, nice. Let's do... She's very helpful, though, in giving out heals. Shouldn't you be targeting QJ and Diane instead of the robot? For the heals? I actually targeted the robot because there was an AoE damage there. Shoot. There you go. That was 77. Okay. Where do I go? Not there. Let's transfer to the other side. So 180, 190 ignore defense. Crazy. Three, 8. I actually agree. She doesn't need to be held more. What I mean, Dayan, because she's been waiting for this team for quite a while. So again, going back to my thought, I am actually thinking that they might prioritize rolling out. What do you call this? They might prioritize rolling out dolls for the physical team. Okay, last turn. Let's just pour it on the boss. Yep. Lainey is a physical element. Okay, last one. And action. You can actually put her in here. I would suggest you take out Papasha and swap in Lainey. That would be your team. If Faye comes in, you swap out okay. So Lainey and Faye come in, you swap out Vepli, and you swap out Papasha. If you want a pure physical team without QJ, you can actually build it already with Lainey. You just have to take out Papasha in that team. 4-3. Okay, last one would be our fire team, which is all I have left. We're gonna be borrowing a QJ from somebody. So fire is, let's go with 1, 2, 3, 4, and QJ. Borrow QJ. Okay, let's get this one. 5. Okay, this one is simpler. We could do an auto for this team. Dayan Ulrid, could be Ulrid. Dayan Yoohee, Faye, Lainey. Could be Ulrid. Could be Vepli. I don't know, bro. When that's gonna be happening? Hopefully soon. Hopefully on the 6th anniversary. Sorry, 6-month anniversary. Someday. We just have to dream first. 1, 2. Okay, I think we're good. This is auto. I don't think we need to manual this. But this team is hopefully this reaches 4,000. Yesterday I was able to reach, I think, 3.5 for the bird team on auto. But yesterday they had a different buff. So hopefully today we could have a better showing for them. QJ is at V5. Set is at V2. Sharkry V6. Senya V6. Vector is at V3. Fire team looks great. Especially if Chihuahua is gonna be arriving in Global. Much, much better. They would be more complete for Gunsmoke. You could just, take out Senya for this lineup. So turn 2, we're at oh nice, we're at 1-4. You did 4K yesterday? Was it a pure fire team or did you splash in Klukai V6? Nice, you already farmed for Kiwa? Yeah, definitely they're gonna be reaching for something. It's the all fire team that I'm worried about that won't be able to reach 4K. Oh, nice. So 4-8 with Kluk. This team might reach 4, but not really sure. We're at turn 4 already. What to do? Aim for the AR stuff and how many days do we have for the next teaser? The update. The update came live. The current one was I think last week. 22. So we could have a teaser on June 5th out for the next update. That is less than 2 weeks. So we'll know if Chao Hui is going to be the lone limited banner. If not, then we'll have a surprise. Hopefully for... the update is going to be on June 12th. So the teaser will be out on June 5th. I don't think we'd reach 4,000 with this team. Could be 3.5 plus or 3.6, I think. Should you go for Scent? At this point, she's an upgrade really for Senya. So I think you should. Hey, stealing your dinner. I think you should, at least for V1. Yeah, 3-5 is the cut for this. Really lost to 50-50? V0 is actually good. It's she's serviceable already at V0. V1 is gonna give buffs to two of your allies.